Hello, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to start off with a little bit of meditation. I meditated. Welcome, Anjali, Jennifer, Sam. Hello. Sam, you're up so early. I'm not sure what time you wake up, but it seems like you're up a lot. Whenever I come on very early, I'm like, oh no, am I going to miss Sam? But I never do. You're awesome. But good morning. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And that is 174 hertz. As we work with energy this morning, work with that cosmic heaven energy, connecting with earth energy, which is a big part of the Fractal Flowers channel, connecting to earth energy and protecting our own personal energy. And our personal energy can become drained very quickly, can become drained from toxic people, toxic situations. If you're an empath, you might drain your personal energy very quickly. And hello, Anjali, God bless you this morning. So it's important to learn how to protect your energy, how to work with cosmic universal energy, how to work with earth energy, protecting your own, and learning how to recharge your energy as well. But today, let's start with our Oracle of the Roses. And thank you, Spirit. Thank you for everybody who is joining me. I was going to say this early in the morning, but some of you will be watching from places where it's not this early. But thank you, Spirit, for those who are joining me this early for me. And wherever they are, may they be blessed, whole, and empowered to succeed. And may these messages be for the highest will and the highest good of all. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the Oracle of the Roses? Yes, Anjali, what time is it where you are? I'm at 4:01 a.m. Is it a little bit later where you are? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, and the word healed, right? I always love this definition for healing: nothing missing and nothing broken. A lot of times we think of being in perfect health as just meaning we're free from sickness or disease. But I like nothing missing and nothing broken. Complete wholeness and completeness. Can you be in a state of wholeness and completeness if you are living with an illness, even a terminal illness? Can your body be sick with disease, but you still be made whole? I believe so. Oh, 1 p.m. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the Oracle of the Roses? What message do you have for us today? And today we are right here. And we have the Scientist, the Memorial Rose, the Scientist. It is a wild rose, number 11. Already seeing some ones come through. Number 11, and Anjali just said it is 1 p.m. where she is. Maybe some meaning in that today, we'll see. Not everything is, a sign or a symbol or synchronicity at work, but most time a lot of it is. The Scientist. Anything can help you find a solution if you are willing to let go of what you feel and even think, and just stop, listen, and look. Don't fear the unknown, but also avoid overanalyzing. Try a new way, gather additional information, experiment, and while you may not find the complete answer, explorations can often set you in the right direction. That's always better than stagnation, or worse, falling backwards. The scientist will work out the question first before setting up the experiment using true tests and carefully analyzing the outcomes. And the ethnobotanical archetype exploration asks you this question: what can you experiment with to make things better in your life? Now, about this wild rose, the memorial rose. The memorial rose is native to eastern China, Korea, and Japan, and named after German botanist Max Ernst Wichura, who lived from 1817 to 1866. Max Wichura collected the species while attached to the Prussian diplomatic mission in the Far East. He was also a lawyer and appointed in 1859 as a government counselor. Memorial rose is a shrub with a trailing habit that makes it an excellent ground cover. Growing to 20 to 20 feet, it needs a moist, free-draining soil, and most types will suit. This rose does prefer full sun but can tolerate light shade as well, and it flowers midsummer to early autumn. And how lovely would it be just to have a wild rose for your ground cover? And the plant energies, meanings, and uses for the Scientist Memorial Rose card: creation, ideas, experimentation, discovery, and analysis. And it works with the deities Asclepius, the Muses, Hermes, and Apollo, and the zodiac sign Capricorn. And again, that is a wild rose, number 11, the Scientist. Next we have the Flowers Oracle by Antonella Castelli. And this deck works with the Bach flower remedies, those Bach flower essences. You can find them in your local health food stores. Of course, you can find them online. So if you are, feeling led to work with the Bach flower remedies, you may even want to pick up this deck yourself and purchase some of those flower essences. And then the card that you pick that day will be Spirit's way of letting you know, what situation you need to work on. And then you can use that remedy as well. And this is the guidebook cover. And hello, Yajni. How are you today? Yes, this is a teaching stream. I'm not giving personal one-on-one readings. Those are by donation. But this is a teaching stream with free oracle readings from 8 oracle card decks. And then at the end of the stream, I do a 5-card free tarot reading for the collective. And good morning, Chaos Gone Away. I hope things are much better for you. You're always on my heart, always worrying about the crazy stuff that you're dealing with. My goodness. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Flowers Oracle? What message do you have for us from the Flowers Oracle? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And our message is right here. And it is vine, just vine. Number 32. And let's get our message. Use your skills to serve others. With respect, your reliable leadership becomes a precious gift for all. But once in a while, loosen the reins. Use your skills to serve others. That's already kind of working in conjunction with the scientist. Oh my goodness, chaos. You should still go see your healthcare provider though, chaos. Anytime you all of a sudden lose weight, suddenly, if you're not actively trying, you should get it checked out, in my opinion. Just to double check, make sure everything's all right. But it could be stress, of course. You're saying hormonal issues. One of my favorite decks here is the Oracle of the Fairies. Let's move on to the Oracle of the Fairies. Well, first, let's also take a time to look at the images on the cards, see if anything's, intuitively, when you look at your Oracle cards, you do want to see what speaks to you, how you feel when you look at it. Maybe the image even evokes a memory, and that could be a message that Spirit wants to send as well. You've lost 15 pounds in 10 days without trying, chaos? Are you eating the same? Have you changed your eating habits? Hello, Reha. Welcome to the stream. This is a teaching stream where I'm giving free Oracle messages. And then I culminate with a free 5-card tarot reading. So take a look at this picture and see what it speaks to you. And again, it says, use your skills to serve others with respect. Your reliable leadership becomes a precious gift for all. Once in a while, loosen the reins. And now we will move on to the Oracle of the Fairies. And thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Oracle of the Fairies? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the Spirit? And our message is right here. Oh, chaos, that's wonderful. So you are actively doing things. That's good. I thought you meant like just all of a sudden, boom. Yeah, sugar will definitely do it. Cutting out junk food, cutting out sugar. But that's amazing. Congratulations. I mean, that's good. Oh, we had life energy during our last reading. So I am going to pull another card. A lot of times, though, this will happen because Spirit wants to reiterate a message. Hello, Chrissy. How are you? This is a teaching stream. So if you want to stay around for the free reading, but if you're having a problem, you can type that in and let me know. Not sure if it's something within the scope of my being able to help. If it's a serious problem, I'm sure I would recommend that you speak to somebody else. But what is your problem? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you want us to know from the fairy deck? What other message do you have for us from the fairy oracle? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Because I pulled that card last time, I'm going to pull another fairy message that will work with life energy. Thank you, Spirit. And right here. So I can say right off the bat, though, that Spirit is saying to us to really work on our life energy, connect with the sunshine. This is all about healing. So let's see what is going along with that. Oh my goodness, shine from within. Okay, both of these have come through. I'm going to do one more because this in itself is turning into a 3-card reading from the fairies. As you can see, life energy, shine from within. And let's get one more. Fairies are active today. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What additional message do you have for us from the fairies? What additional message do you have for us today from the fairies? Life energy, shine from within, very much in the same. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the fairies? What goes with life energy, shine from within? Life energy, shine from within. And we're right here. Is it going to be something random, or is this right in the same vein? Oh, nature sign. Nature signs. Yeah, this is a lot about healing today. A lot about spending time in nature, connecting even to the sun. I'll just read these messages before I go through all 3 of them. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Now check this out. Shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Now, I don't always do a 3-card in the midst of the 8-card, but this Spirit is bringing this through. Nature signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. So this here is a true 3-card tarot spread from our fairies. So let's begin. I'm going to read all of this from the guidebook as well. So the fairies are active today. We'll see if any more fairy messages come through with the other oracles, because that is very possible. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. The fairy of sunshine comes with an abundance of life-giving light and energy. Perhaps you've been feeling shy or lacking in confidence. If so, this golden fairy says it's your time to shine. Sometimes we hide our light for fear of being seen and feeling vulnerable. This is quite normal, but it serves us neither spiritually nor physically. Light also exposes any issues lurking in the shadows that need to be healed and released, allowing this process to happen. Once these issues are revealed, there's no need to dwell upon them anymore. Recognize and release them, then move on. This process is essential for spiritual growth. Radiating our natural light makes us feel good, and it can inspire others to shine their inner light too. Maybe the Fairy of Sunshine is saying you need to get more vitamin D from sunlight. Perhaps a mini holiday to a sunny location is just what the Fairy of Sunshine ordered. She may also be telling you that if someone feels like a ray of sunshine in your life, keep them close. Or she may be calling you to be a ray of sunshine in someone else's life. Sunlight is healing, but too much of it can be harmful. So on a practical level, be sensible when you sunbathe and use sun protection made from natural, ideally organic ingredients to protect your skin. So we have that life energy, which is all about sunshine and shining and health and radiance. And then we received shine from within. Let me bring that little fairy up. Shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Fairy glamour is a form of magic used to make something appear different from what it really is. It's seen in many fairy tales such as Cinderella and Snow White, where fairy glamour is used by the evil queen to disguise herself as an old crone. In its simplest form, fairy glamour often involves using cosmetics to give the appearance of being more youthful. In spiritual terms, it can mean you're showing one face to the world while keeping your true face or feelings hidden. Sometimes it's important to do this, especially if you feel threatened, but usually it's because you fear being seen for who you truly are. This comes down to learning to love yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a self-accepting way. Once you're able to accept yourself, others will accept you too, as they're merely a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves. This card may also be asking you to reflect on when you last wore a glamorous outfit or went to the hair salon. If you're neglecting yourself due to a busy job or home life, remember that making time for you is essential. Even just escaping for half an hour and taking a luxurious bath can help you to feel uplifted and energized. Feeling good about yourself, no matter what your age, is beneficial, not just for you, but also for those around you, especially younger people who are strongly influenced by the behavior of the adults around them. And this card may also be asking if someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and appearing as something other than themselves. And next we have nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. The fairies love to leave hints and clues for us in nature. It's one of the many creative ways in which they initiate communication with us. For example, fairies often leave feathers or release floating dandelion seeds to let us know they're nearby. The appearance of a friendly bird, such as a robin, is another message from the fairies that they're close by. Fairies and other creatures often work together as they're all in harmony with the earth, whose wisdom can come in many forms. Just allow yourself to be receptive and use your intuition to decipher any signs that you see. You could leave your own sign for the fairies next time you're out in nature, letting them know you wish to connect with them. Leaving a tiny wooden fairy door next to a tree is a sure sign to the fairies that you're a fairy friend. While placing a figurine of a fairy or gnome in your garden or on your porch tells the fairies that you welcome them. But remember, when leaving things outside for the fairies, to make sure they're natural and biodegradable, and don't use any screws or nails because some fairies do not like metal. If possible, sit next to a flowing stream and visualize your cares being resolved and any concerns flowing away. Alternatively, imagine your hopes and wishes flowing towards you, looking out for any significant signs from nature as you do so. The fairies will pick up on your intentions and help to manifest them. If you don't have access to a stream, it can be just as effective to visualize this process. So we're seeing a lot of shining our light, letting the light reveal anything that's in the darkness and the shadows that needs to be healed, but also using visualization or nature to visualize your cares, your worries, your fears, your problems dissipating and being resolved and being healed. And if you don't have access to, a flowing brook or ocean or a stream, you could even, find a picture and gaze at it. And while you're in that meditative state, imagine that your problems are being resolved and the issues that you're facing. And connect with spirit, use your intuition. You might even see some answers coming to you of how you can resolve some issues. I'm going to change the background music real quick. Taking a little second to start up. There we go. Okay, next we have The Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Oh, you're welcome, Chrissy. Let's see what message comes through from our Spirit Animal Oracle. Now, if it's upright, it is an oracle message. If it's reversed, it is protection. Which could mean that there's an area that we may need protection. It could just be an area that we need to resolve, but it could also mean that there's an area or a toxic situation that we need Spirit's help to resolve. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Spirit Animal Oracle? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have from the Spirit Animal Oracle today? I feel like we're over here at the end. Okay, we're right here. And let me see if it is upright or reversed. We are upright. Oh, and we are a Coyote Spirit. Coyote. Trust in divine detours. Oh, I like that. Trust in divine detours. That is number 16. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Okay, now that's interesting because the fairies were bringing through that fairy glamour of people not showing their, oh, awesome, Sam. Of the fairies, talking about that fairy glamour of people putting on a fake face, even using the examples of Snow White, the evil queen in Snow White disguising herself as the old crone, even using makeup. So this is interesting. Okay, let's see this. Because when I saw that message, I was taking that personally, like to make sure that we're not wearing the false masks. But here we're seeing this as other people who are putting on that false mask. And and that did come through at the end. Wait, let me look at that again. At the end of that message, that was shine from within. It did have a warning in there. Let me see. The end of shine from within. The card may also be asking if someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and appearing as someone other than themselves. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely in line with this. Okay, Coyote Spirit. Let me start over. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, love, and prosperity that is coming for you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you are intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twists, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, that was interesting because that was actually the oracle message. That wasn't the protection message. Like, that message could have been worse. That message is basically saying that even when you feel that everything has gone wrong, Spirit still has your back. It is a lesson that you have to learn, and once we learn those lessons, those situations do seem to resolve. So there could be a situation that we're all experiencing right now where I would say our hopes are being dashed, but as part of the learning process. And always, no matter what situation we're in, this has come through before. It's not whether we succeed or whether we fail, but how we approach the problem, how we handle the situation. What is our character in our trials and tribulations? Because we're all going to have them, Life is nothing but ups and downs and turns in the road. How do we handle them? But I do feel that, we're not supposed to just sit back on our hands and just be like, okay, so whatever happens, and I'm not an active participant. It definitely doesn't mean that. But we have to learn the lessons, and that's why it's very important to journal. It's a very important part of our spiritual development, of psychic development, because by journaling, hindsight is 20/20. So if you go through a situation and there was something negative there, and there was a lesson for you to learn, it's a lot easier for you to work it out yourself if you are journaling, if you are, expressing your feelings. And also journaling to like keep a record of what happened. Then you can, if you repeat a situation, you can actually go back, and now you have the wisdom to see, okay, so this is how that situation became a stronghold. Now I can see on my own, how this was a pattern that maybe began when I was a child. Maybe that's the cycle. But if you don't journal and you're just left to the emotions or the mental mind games, you might be so caught up in the energy of the toxic situation that keeps repeating that you lose your focus, and you lose that sight and that wisdom to really, release it, heal it, move on from it. And so it will keep repeating. But yes, so Chrissy, if this resonates with you, definitely take this to heart, because this is a very important message the Spirit is bringing through, with a lot of healing connected to it. I can see very clearly that Spirit is warning us about the toxic people in our lives, people who are wearing masks, people who are not being their authentic selves with us. And we're somehow in this situation, we're allowing these cycles to repeat instead of stopping this cycle and learning. But at the same time, Spirit is saying, even though you're in this situation, even though this process repeats, don't think I'm not here. Don't think I don't love you. Don't think that you are on your own facing this, because you're not. It keeps repeating only because you haven't learned, not because I don't love you. I love you. That's why I want you to learn the lesson. Just like a parent with a child, right? They may have to repeat the lesson over and over again. It doesn't mean that they don't love the child. It just means they haven't learned it yet. Okay, so let's go on to our goddess power. Let's see what comes through here. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Goddess Power Oracle deck? Thank you, Spirit. And again, this one can be empowerment or alignment. Will be upright or reversed. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us? Okay, and our message is here. And I will see if it is empowerment or alignment. It is reversed. Oh. And we are in the love area. Okay, so I feel that this trickster is a romantic partner. And of course, everybody's going to use their intuition. Spirit will work with you to take what you need out of these oracle messages. But what I'm seeing here so far for the collective, we're looking at a romantic partner who may be toxic, that we may have thought was the one and wasn't. So this is Aphrodite, romantic love. We are in an alignment message, but this is coming after Coyote Spirit, trust in the divine detours, and this is Trickster Spirit. So this does seem a lot to me like we might have some tricksters in our lives. Okay, we are in alignment. Your alignment task is to stay present, release judgment, and see the treasure of what lies in front of you. You may discover something painful is actually a beautiful gift. Indeed, it could be exactly what you need to release the old patterns that no longer serve you. Be careful of the addictive quality of longing, yearning for elusive love, and fixation on desired outcomes. This only creates more of the energy of unmet desire, and you may find yourself unable to discern what is true. Wow. Spirit's message is coming through very strongly. Release expectations and attachments and simply see what arises. Remain aware and accountable for your side of things. Make amends if you need to, and trust that all is well. Even your partnership with the universe may need refining as you let go of your need to have things your way. Call on the goddess Aphrodite to lead you to a healthier, more satisfying experience. Now, again, with this trickster spirit from the Coyote, with our Aphrodite and romantic love and releasing expectations. Even right here, be careful of the addictive quality of longing, yearning for elusive love, and fixation on desired outcomes. This could even be somebody who's being tempted in some sort of affair. But it could also be somebody who's just kind of torturing themselves in, a relationship where they have set these standards and the partner is in, meeting their partner's requirements or unspoken demands. So we want to make sure that we're accountable for our part of the relationship, but we also need to be aware and alert to make sure that we're not being tricked, because that is coming through loud and clear. Again, a lot of healing, a lot of light. The fairies came through with multiple messages. Let me show you those again. Well, let's just do a little recap before I go on to the angels and ancestors. We started with the scientist, the memorial rose, and this was telling us about using kind of like the scientific method to approach our problems, to really take the time to analyze. I do feel like there's a strong connection in today's reading to journaling. Even with the scientists, to keep track of the data and the facts and the things that are going. And we're seeing cycles and habits and things that we need to release and let go of, and then being accountable for our side. So I do feel that there is something here about, we want to keep a record. We want to be held accountable for what's happening and not be so absorbed in the energy of what we're feeling in the moment that we're putting up these facades, that we're putting on these fake smiles, that we're not being true to ourselves. Now with Vine, it was speaking a lot about us and our leadership, but being humble and graceful and serving others, and also not trying to control people, but loosening the reins. That's coming through, I guess, as well, because we're seeing that, like, releasing expectations, not being very judgmental, letting people be who they are, being more authentic ourselves. And then we had our life energy, the Fairy of Sunshine coming through. She reminds us to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. And then that came along with our shine from within. When I pulled a second card, because we had pulled that card, I pulled the card that had come through before on the same theme, shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. So we have a lot of truth coming through in today's reading as well. Then we had nature signs, which pretty much said, go out in nature and see how spirit is communicating with you. This could be through plants, through flowers, through the wind, through animals. Sometimes our loved ones communicate very heavily through nature. You could have just lost a loved one. I shouldn't even say lost, because you haven't really lost them. But you may feel you have lost a loved one. And they may have just crossed through the veil, and you step outside and you're very sad, and a bird comes by and sits right next to you, or a butterfly comes and lands on your shoulder, or you look down and there's a white feather at your feet. It's very, very common. for our loved ones to communicate with us through nature. But our guardian angels, spirit, I mean, all different forms of spirit will communicate through nature as well. So many times the things that you might just overlook are actually spirit's ways of communicating with you. So be alert, especially today for nature signs. And yes, this is still live. And then we had Coyote Spirit, which is that trickster spirit telling us to really, anytime somebody is pulling the wool over our eyes, anytime we have these periods in life where our expectations were not met, to trust that the process is still working out to our benefit. Oh, love to you as well, Chrissy. And then we had Aphrodite Romantic Love, which did come in with an alignment message, again telling us to release those judgments, release those expectations. And there's also a strong theme in here today of self-love. And I do have to say, I do feel that all of our healing will begin with self-acceptance and self-love, shining our own lights first, not getting even addicted to somebody else coming in to try and complete us or make us whole, because that is still a mask that we wear as well. Spirit is saying, take off the mask. It's time to let your radiant beauty shine. You are a beautiful light being. We are light beings. Well, we are energetic light beings on this planet, walking this plane for a limited time. And many of us are trying to heal from past traumas. And because of those traumas, our light has been dimmed. And we don't know how to be fully connected to ourselves, to our spirit, to our purpose, to the whole reason we're here to begin with. We've lost the passion, the excitement of our lives. Some of us are just going through the motions, but we're not really present. And of course, journaling is very, very powerful and therapeutic. But meditation will also help you learn how to get back into the present, get back into the now, disconnect from whether it's the mental chatter, whether it's negative talk that you speak to yourself, and whether it's just a buildup of toxic negative energy that blocks you from hearing the voice of spirit. So those are some little things that we can do to help get back in touch with our true authentic selves. Okay, so let's see what we have today. This is I didn't show you. This is the Angels, the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. One of my favorite. This is actually one of the cards, but I love this picture. I love this image of our guardian protector protecting the animals. I just love it. Okay, so let's get our next card. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Angels and Ancestors deck? No. Here. Right here. Felt like this could have been a 3-card pull as well. Oh, another protection guardian. Drop your shields. Okay, we have a strong theme. I'm going to see what the next 2 cards are, because I did feel like there could have been. Yeah, it is a 3-card. Wow, Spirit is big today. I wanted to see, because I did feel like this was a 3-card, right? But this was drop your shields, and then we had Shield Maiden. It is the 3 cards. Make plans and focus. That goes in with our first card. And then we have the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Okay, so we're getting a lot more than 8 oracle messages today. How many are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're up to 10. I have 2 decks left. Okay, so we're getting a 3-card spread here, starting with the Protection Guardian. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Drop your shields, and then the Shield Maiden. So that was very interesting in confirmation. That's why I felt like I was supposed to draw 3, so I wanted to see the next card to see if it was in sync And I was like, well, if it's in sync, then I'll do the 3. Are those just like little squares? I don't know what that symbol is on her hand. Okay, drop your shields. Let's get this message. I have several guardians in this. Okay. Drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you this in the book. Let me see if you can see this. Drop your shields. Drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts you have. You were born to shine. I would just have to say Spirit's message today is you were born to shine. Again, we had another 3-card reading. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Shine from within. This is all about shining. That's a beautiful message. I'm going to cry. Thank you, Spirit. I mean, all this synchronicity, all this divine purpose in this reading, just for Spirit to say, I love you. You're beautiful. You're born to shine. You are a light being. Shine your light. It's just beautiful. Okay. The Protection Guardian is a feminine version of Archangel Michael. She is a fierce, protective, yet loving warrior angel who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe but will allow your gifts to shine out. Although she is here to guard you from lower energies, she is completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. And this is the extended message. You may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Okay, next we have Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus on lots of female warrior energy. Like, makes me feel like it's time to pick up my sword and fight. Okay. Shield Maiden. Have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. The Shield Maiden is the female knight in shining armor. So we just had the female version of Archangel Michael, and now we have the female version of the knight in shining armor. In Viking traditions, women were seen as equal to men, and so joined them on their raids and fought with them on the battlefield. In this deck, the Shield Maiden brings a fiercely feminine energy, the power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She is ready to put her plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. Her medicine helps us move beyond any unsettled feelings when our plans start to take shape and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. Shield Maidens worked together in times gone by to create shield walls of protection. So she also shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. And this is the extended message. Taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the tasks you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. And then we have Mirror Guardian. This was just wild. This is absolutely beautiful. All this female energy of protection. Take time to reflect. Okay. I've never pulled this card in these readings before. The Mirror Guardian. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Oh my goodness. Everything is just so in sync. Angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you are going through a challenging time, they still hold you in their highest esteem. The Mirror Guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the Mirror Guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. And this is the extended message. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences. This is what Spirit just said a few minutes ago, when Spirit was showing me how important it is that we journal our past so we can see what we've gone through, what we've overcome, so we can recognize any repeating, maybe toxic or negative situations. And it goes with the memorial, the scientist, the memorial rose. Wow, I am just blown away. I know that this message is for me, big time. I don't know if it is for all of you, but this is big time. Okay, I'm starting over. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Okay, so this is a very big message here. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. There is a very strong message coming through today that is giving me a new insight and a new look into self-acceptance and self-esteem and self-confidence, because I don't think I've ever truly grasped until today's reading that this mirror image, this mirror guardian, that as you see yourself, it's just really hitting me and coming into clear focus for me, that as you see yourself, that is the projection other people will see you as. And I don't think I've ever really fully grasped that I think with my personal story, with my traumas, with my abuse, with neglect as a child and abandonment and those things, I think I've just always perceived it as there's just something flawed about me, that just attracts people who are drawn to those flaws, if that makes sense. And I think what Spirit is saying is like, no, you're not inherently flawed. But because you believe you're flawed, because that's how you perceive yourself, that's how you project yourself. Okay, that's the point that Spirit is saying here. How you perceive yourself is how you project yourself. And because how you perceive yourself is how you project yourself, that's how others will perceive you. And I never really grasped that until this moment right now. I never fully grasped it until this reading right now. How you perceive yourself is how you project yourself and how others will perceive you. And the way they perceive you, they will project that back on you. Wow. I just need a moment to let that sink in. I never really saw it like that before. And if you perceive yourself as flawed, if you perceive yourself as damaged, for me, it was sexual abuse at a very young age that put me on this path of being pregnant at 15, Oh yes, you are this horrible, horrible child. But nobody ever thought, well, maybe her being sexually abused at 11 had something to do with her being pregnant at 15. And here I am now, almost 54, and I'm still just now like unraveling all those threads that were woven into the what I felt was the damage of my life. And I'm learning, I am learning that no, that is not my story. That's not who I am. And Spirit brings together all things for good, but it's the way I perceive myself. The way I perceive myself, I will subconsciously project, and other people are going to be that mirror. I love this. This is so powerful. Other people are going to mirror back to me what I'm projecting. That's just so deep. But it's hard, isn't it? Isn't it hard to just say that, okay, well, here's the problem, here's the solution, so now it's all fixed. And it doesn't work that way. That's why energy healing, meditation, journaling, all of it is so important. And that we also make these conscious decisions, because a lot of us, right, think of it this way, especially in the New Age community. A lot of us are always like, I'm co-creating with Spirit. I'm manifesting this. But are we really co-creating just the things we want, the desires that we want? But if this is the basis, right? If how we perceive ourselves is what we're projecting, and that's laying the foundation of the people we attract, then what we should be co-creating is the new perceptive of ourselves. That self-acceptance, that self-love, but also the bravery to say, this is a character trait I don't like. And I'm actively going to change this character trait that's flawed. Because what good is it to say I'm going to change my perception of myself, but if you don't actually change, just that, if you don't actually change, if you aren't willing to look in that mirror, and self-acceptance in a sense is saying, yes, I accept myself, flaws and all, but what good is it to recognize the flaws if we don't change the flaws? And I think sometimes we as humans can say, well, I accept myself the way I am, so you have to accept me the way I am too. And we kind of forget about changing. And I think changing is a very important part of growth, because we can't just stay at the same level. I mean, and I love this, that the angels are looking at us, that Spirit is looking at us and loving us wherever we are right now, you know, and loving us in these flawed states. But it's one thing to say, okay, so I accept myself where I am, I accept my past. But if we don't consciously co-create not just the manifestations of our desires that we want, but co-create with Spirit the spiritual growth that we want, to be able to overcome the challenges and overcome the negative traits within us, to overcome the toxic behaviors that we are exhibiting to other people. You know, what good is it? You know? So I think that's part of that mirror and part of looking at ourselves. It's not just, okay, so it's like the healing, right? It's like you go to the doctor and they examine you and they find something wrong. So they're going to take like the mirror, the illumination. They're going to shine the light. That was all in here too, right? You're going to shine the light. You're going to get the x-ray. You're going to identify what the problem is. But you don't just stay there once you have the problem. You don't just say, okay, so I accept this. This is the problem. Now that you've identified the problem, you have to make the next step to treat the problem, to remove the problem, to heal from the problem. So I think that there is another aspect to this entire reading, because it's very, very much about Spirit saying to us, no matter what you've done, no matter where you are, I love you. I accept you, accept yourself. There's nothing but love here. But then it's taking it this step further, saying that how we perceive ourselves is how we're projecting ourselves and how others are going to perceive us. And because of that, we need to look in the mirror and we need to be honest with ourselves and say, what do I see? I'm boldly looking in this mirror of my life. What do I see? And it's not to say, oh, you've been this big failure. No, because you're not. That's just the acceptance. That's the self-love, to know that Spirit loves you no matter what. But now it's time to grow. Now it's time to leave those things behind that aren't serving us, that aren't working for us, that are working against us, to leave the situations, the people, if we can't heal them, and it's toxic and negative and it's stopping us from fulfilling our destiny, then we have to leave it behind. But if we're not willing to look in the mirror, see what needs to be fixed, and willing to heal it and fix it, release it and move on, then what is the point? Okay, so we're moving on to the Celtic Tree Oracle. I have 2 more Oracle decks to do. Alexandria Joy. Oh, thank you, Alexandria. I'm going to put that up there. Thank you so much. So this, I'm very interested if our Celtic Tree Oracle is going to come through with a different message or be on the same. Some of these messages are kind of radical. These are based on the Celts, the Druids, and the sacred trees. And this is wisdom of the trees that are coming through. But with, oh my gosh, it's 1:11 right now. I just was wondering, how long have I been live? It's not 1:11, but I've been live for 1 hour and 11 minutes and 55 seconds, 56. That is weird, because I already said earlier today that there was something going on with number 1, and it pulled 11. It was 1 o'clock, and now I looked up wondering how long it's been. It's 1:11. Oh, it's a big day today. We're still in Mercury retrograde, right? Okay. Oh, I like to go to the Celtic music, which it's kind of weird, but I'm playing a lot of Celtic music, but I like to go straight to like serious Celtic music when I do the, I don't know, in honor of the Celts. I guess that's it. Which one is this one? Celtic Calling. Okay, let's do this one. Whenever I do the Celtic tree oracle, I put on like as Celtic as I can get for my music. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us on the Celtic tree oracle? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, it's right here. Now, again, these can be upright or reversed. And it is upright. Oh, it's gorse. I love gorse. So we're going to do a teaching on gorse too, because I love gorse. Pull this card an awful lot. Actually, I want to do a different song. I'm going to do this one. Okay. Own furs, gorse. Now, gorse is a very popular plant in England, but I don't think it grows much here in America. I don't know if it grows here at all. I've never seen it. Okay. And the totems are the honeybee, magpie with its eye for shiny golden treasure. The deities and guides are Lu, Persephone, and the maiden aspect of the goddess, letter O, and the chieftain class. Keywords are fulfillment and abundance, sweetness, hope, persistence, links to the inner and outer worlds, and gathering together what you need to ensure progress. I think so, Alexandria. You've seen one all day? Oh, interesting. That is interesting. The Own Furs Gorse is all about fulfillment and abundance. We are encouraged to share what we have with others and to practice sweetness in our lives. The day before the spring equinox is often called the Day of the Gorse. Persephone returns to her mother Demeter, and new growth begins a whole new cycle. The gorse or furs continually bloom with bright golden yellow flowers that represent hopefulness. This plant differs from broom in that it has sharp thorns. It is a persistent bush that can grow almost anywhere. Thus, our attitude of gratitude and appreciation can be applied to any situation as well. Its connection to the god Lu and the bright light of inspiration brings a fire aspect to this ogam. The ogam for this bush is Own, and the letter is O. And Own Furs Gorse in a reading. Furs Gorse in a reading represents abundance. Its hallmark is generosity. You are encouraged to share what you have with others now. Giving is the best way to receive. It's all about sweetness. How do you create the nectar of honey in your life? Cultivate an atmosphere of light and cooperation. Work with others to create good. This is a perfect time to give gratitude for what you have, to count your blessings. Be willing to stand as a light for others at this time. Share your illumination. Besides the renewal promise at the spring equinox, Gorse links the inner and outer worlds. This link is a doorway through which we receive abundance and love and maintain connection with the mysteries that keep our hopes alive, no matter what trials or tribulations come our way. This bush suggests you develop the skill of collecting. You are gathering around you what you need to reach your goal or destination. You are collecting what you need to reap results. Like the magpie who is attracted to golden treasures, you too are gathering together what is valuable to aid you in your pursuits. Consider what you are creating, what you are collecting about you. Do you cultivate sweetness or distress and drama? If you have a goal, collect good people around you for support. The gorse ensures fertility and the renewal of the life force. You are connected to vision and inspiration. It is a time of new ideas and plans. Keep to the golden hue of hope. Persist with faith. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to read the reverse too, because that's pretty in sync. You may be isolating yourself or hiding your light. You are encouraged to share of yourself. Perhaps you are holding on to things, hoarding your possessions. Share what you have. It is time to join with your community and use your talents in cooperation with others. Perhaps you are focusing on the negative. Instead, count your blessings. Look to see where in your life you are holding back. Are you saying no too often or refusing to share? Look at those around you. Are they expressing a positive view of the world or a negative view? What are you expressing out into the world? If you are spending time on what you don't like, criticizing others and gossiping, understand that you are attracting the same kind of energy. If you want a lighter life of love and joy, begin to express these and gather around you books, events, places, and people that express this as well. Your life story will change. Place a golden flower in a vase to remind you of that which is good. Gather what you need to move you towards your goals. If you are depressed or burnt out, it is essential that you seek help and relief. If you find yourself manic or out of control, seek help for balance and inner equilibrium. And this is the message. I am the furze gorse bush, and there is no month in which I do not retain my blooms. I am a needle-bearing evergreen. I am here to remind you that you too are evergreen and everlasting. I encourage you to be ever blooming as well, sharing your abundance and gifts with the world. I link the inner and the outer worlds with the promise of fulfillment and joy. Consider what it is that you must collect in order to manifest your goals and aspirations. Do you need support, love, and encouragement? Or do you need actual physical help? Ask for what you need and collect that which will aid you. Write down your goals and aspirations and imagine the color of my blossoms flowing on the page. Allow my bright yellow gold to saturate you with hope and faith. I will help you to attract a combination of positive forces and possibilities into your life, right here, right now. If you find me, take some of my branches to make a broom and sweep away confusion, obstacles, and old patterns that no longer serve. Sweep away the barren time of winter and sweep in the new beginnings of spring. Life is indeed precious, and this is the most joyful time of year. Return to your youth, be you a woman or a man. Return to innocence. Your sweetness attracts good things, and so it is. Wow. Today's message is like really blowing me away. So this will probably be a little bit different. This is our last oracle card. This is the Witch's Kitchen, and this is where we talk about different herbs and plants, especially ones that are like in our kitchens, and it's just a fun. You have been dreaming about doing a podcast to share the knowledge you have. Oh my gosh, I think so, Alexandria. Absolutely. Let your light shine. Yeah, that was... Did you see the whole stream? Because the beginning of the stream is about hiding your light from shyness, from fear. That came through with the very first messages. Okay, so let's see what we get today from the Witch's Kitchen. Oh, wow. Yeah, so that came through too in the beginning. You may want to watch it when it's over. See if there's a specific message for you about the podcast. Yeah, awesome, Alexandria. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us from the Witch's Kitchen? What message do you have for us today from the Witch's Kitchen? Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for us today from the Witch's Kitchen? Okay, right here. I'm really excited for our tarot reading. Can't wait to see what that's going to be. Ooh, nettle and caution. See, this always comes up, the Witch's Kitchen always just comes up a little wild. This is usually when somebody is actually doing some like black magic against you. Like that's when I see nettle, it's like Spirit is warning me about those bad people. Time for some protection spells. Okay. Get too close, you'll feel my sting. My leaves protect from almost anything. Handle carefully, please don't dash, or you'll endure a nasty rash. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. Danger! I advise you not to dive into a situation head first. This is one time not to take something at face value. Oh, my bad. That's exactly what... Oh my gosh. That's exactly what we had today. With the Coyote Trickster Spirit. With the Shine from Within and the Fairy Glamour. Okay. Let me start over. Danger. I advise you not... Am I wrong about the black magic? Was that not nettle? Okay. It is right, but this is actually more in line with the... Yeah. Do you see this, Sam? Okay, last time we got nettle, it came through with like a black magic protection where the whole reading was with that focus. So that's what I just jumped to because that's what I recognize this card as being. But there's other stuff in this message that goes along with today's oracle reading, which isn't really heavily as focused on the black magic aspect, but it's focusing on the people with the trickster spirit, people who are not being their true authentic selves. Spirit, how do you keep up with all this? Just, wow. Okay, let me start over. Okay, danger. I advise you to dive into a situation head first. Wait, didn't we just do this with the planning? Wait, wasn't that just Gorse? Wait a minute here. Wasn't the Gorse telling us not to jump into things and to make a plan? To write it down and make a plan? I'm getting confused. I gotta look at Gorse. That's number 17. Didn't we just do that? Was that something else? I can't go through them all looking. Or can I? I gotta look at one more thing before I go into the Witch's Kitchen and this nettle. I know I've done so many cards, but I know I just did this. Man, I'm going to watch this again. I'm going to take notes on this. There is so much synchronicity in this message today. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get back. But yeah, they're in here. It does every time I pick up the guidebook. I just wanted to see one thing, but every time I pick up the guidebook, so much more is jumping out at me. I'm just going to have to rewatch this stream. Okay, let me start over. Sorry about that. Okay, Nettle's guidance. Danger. I advise you not to dive into a situation head first. There I go again. You know what it was? It was the goddess deck, Aphrodite, the romantic love. That's what it was. It was our reversed Aphrodite. I remember now. But I just saw so much more when I looked. I'm just kind of reviewing these all. I'm just like, I'm blown away. I mean, we always get messages like this, but this one is like supercharged, I would say. Wow. Okay. Sorry about this little detour. Danger. I advise you not to dive into a situation head first. This is one time not to take something at face value, as there are underlying issues that have yet to rise to the surface. You would be wise to be watchful and trust no one at this time. Do not buy into fear or the chaos that is being stirred up around you. The stinging hairs on my heart-shaped leaves are like shards of glass and will cause a painful reaction to those who cross your boundaries uninvited. My reputation alone is enough to drive out negativity, so carefully pop my leaves into bags for protection or use them in powdered form to break any curses made against you. Packed with nutrition, I am known as a delicacy, but prepare your nettle-sourced dishes with extreme caution, for I am known to bite. Recommended recipe, and this is for a soup. For gout, excessive acid, or for purifying blood, heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil in a large saucepan over medium heat. Add vegetables of your choice, such as carrots, celery, leeks, onions, and potatoes. Cook for 10 minutes. Add vegetable stock and cook for another 15 minutes until the vegetables are soft. Add 300 grams of young nettle leaves and a few wild garlic leaves. Simmer for 2 minutes, blend the mixture, and return to medium heat. Add milk, butter, and seasoning to taste. In Celtic lore, nettle is the threshold guardian between life and death, growing near the dead. Anglo-Saxons believed that nettles were used as a form of protection against elf shot, which caused mysterious pains in humans and animals. Wow, this is one time not to take something at face value, as there are underlying issues that have yet to rise to the surface. I'm heeding that warning. With all that came through today about people wearing masks and the Coyote Trickster spirit, people not, well, that was something else. Okay, so Alexandria, um, I'm going to read the life energy card for you. Well, that's what I was saying before, that this deck is actually like a little bit different, because this is more like it's something I do just for kind of like for women because it has like a little recipe and things like that. But basically the nettle is coming through as a protection, and we had a lot of protection guardians that came through with our angels and ancestors. If you watch the whole stream, it does fit, it does make sense, because we had the protection guardian, drop your shields. We had shield maiden. These were like female warriors that came through. Make plans and focus. Oh, that's where the plans were. And then we had the mirror guardian. Oh, it was the shield maiden. Okay, but I'm going to read this one for you, Alexandria. You weren't here for this one, and I do think this one is applicable for you. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy, but let me read this in the book. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. The fairy of sunshine comes with an abundance of life-giving light and energy. Perhaps you've been feeling shy or lacking in confidence. If so, this golden fairy says it's your time to shine. Sometimes we hide our light for fear of being seen and feeling vulnerable. This is quite normal, but it serves us neither spiritually nor physically. Light also exposes any issues lurking in the shadows that need to be healed and released, allowing this process to happen. Once these issues are revealed, there's no need to dwell upon them anymore. Recognize and release them, then move on. This process is essential for spiritual growth. Radiating our natural light makes us feel good, and it can inspire others to shine their inner lights too. Maybe the fairy of sunshine is saying you need to get more vitamin D from sunlight. Perhaps a mini holiday to a sunny location is just what the fairy of sunshine ordered. She may also be telling you that if someone feels like a ray of sunshine in your life, keep them close. Or she may be calling you to be a ray of sunshine in someone else's life. Sunlight is healing, but too much of it can be harmful. So on a practical level, be sensible when you sunbathe and use sun protection made from natural, ideally organic ingredients to protect your skin. So the other one that we had from the fairies, where is that? I have so many cards out here today. Was shine from within. So there's been a lot today of people not being who they appear to be. Okay, shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Fairy glamour is a form of magic used to make something appear different from what it really is. It's seen in many fairy tales such as Cinderella and Snow White, where fairy glamour is used by the evil queen to disguise herself as an old crone. In its simplest form, fairy glamour often involves using cosmetics to give the appearance of being more youthful. In spiritual terms, it can mean you're showing one face to the world while keeping your true face or feelings hidden. Sometimes it's important to do this, especially if you feel threatened, but usually it's because you fear being seen for who you truly are. This comes down to learning to love yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a self-accepting way. Once you're able to accept yourself, others will accept you too, as they're merely a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves. Now remember, when that came through with the mirror guardian, let me find that mirror guardian again. Okay, that came through and was reiterated with the mirror guardian, and that's when I got like this really big aha moment. Again, this comes down to learning to love yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a self-acceptance way. Once you're able to accept yourself, others will accept you too, right? This is where I got this. This one is the fairy message. This card right here is angels and ancestors. And the decks that I'm using in the video thumbnail, it shows all the decks I'm using. So this right here, right, the Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So here it says, once you're able to accept yourself, others will accept you too, as they are merely a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves. And that just blew my mind. Because what she's saying here, and this is Karen K, but what she's saying here is others will accept you too because they are merely a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves. Like their perceptions of us is just a reflection of our perceptions of ourselves. And that came through after with the Mirror Guardian card, taking that time to reflect. It was wild. I do think, though, that our Witch's Kitchen is also addressing that there are some situations around us where we need some protection. So not to trust just everybody at this point in time, because there are also people who are presenting themselves as one way to us when they really aren't that way. I don't know if you were here for that part, but that came through in our Coyote Spirit, which is a trickster spirit. Okay, so again, this comes down to learning to love yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a self-accepting way. Once you're able to accept yourself, others will accept you too, as they are merely a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves. This card may also be asking you to reflect on when you last wore a glamorous outfit or went to the hair salon. If you're neglecting yourself due to a busy job or home life, remember that making time for you is essential. Even just escaping for half an hour and taking a luxurious bath can help you to feel uplifted and energized. Feeling good about yourself, no matter what your age, is beneficial, not just for you, but also for those around you, especially younger people who are strongly influenced by the behavior of the adults around them. This card may also be asking if someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes and appearing as someone other than themselves. Now that came through strong with our Coyote Spirit, and I do believe that that is what's coming through with our Witch's Kitchen of the caution. So today's message, very, very strong for our own self-acceptance, self-love, spiritual growth. But in the midst of all that, there's still this like underlying subtle warning to be on guard. Maybe there's some new people coming into our lives, people that we're feeling like we can completely trust them. I feel Spirit is actually saying, hold up. Just tread slowly. Don't make any fast plans. Don't dive into something. We did have Aphrodite come in with romantic love. So this could be for some people who are watching this. There are some new romantic relationships. Maybe somebody's saying, I'm ready for you to move in with me, something like that. And I think Spirit is in the midst of this incredible reading for ourselves, coming in here saying, slow down. I think this is also a time where Spirit is saying, let's do some more self-inventory than jump into new relationships head on. Because there's a lot today about people disguising themselves and presenting themselves as someone they're really not. Now, the nettle, what I love about the Witch's Kitchen is they're like little recipes for working with nettle. And you can burn nettle, if you have like a little cauldron or when she was talking about wearing, I don't remember what it said, but a lot of those are based on like the old herbal witchcraft uses for different herbs. Like one of them, I don't remember, is it time? It says, tuck me in your undergarments. That's because, like 500-600 years ago, that's what the Roman soldiers were doing. Maybe 1,000 years ago, right? Yeah, a long time ago. I don't think too many people are walking around putting time in the bras, but you can. Okay, let me clear my tarot deck. And I'm going to do the free 5-card tarot reading. And this is situation, challenge, solution, advice, and outcome. I'm going to change my music again too. Now the situation comes through as a situation that applies to, the collective. And for these readings, the situation is not just like, am I going to pay this bill on time? I want to make hamburgers for dinner. He wants steak. It's going to be a situation that's become some sort of stronghold in our lives. And the challenge card, the second card in the reading, is going to show us why this situation has become a stronghold. Because when we have like repetitive, making up words here. When we have repetitive situations, they've become strongholds. And the challenge is that card signifies why this situation is repeating. There's a challenge here, there's a problem, and it gives us insight into how this problem occurred. Then our third card is the solution. And that just shows us in a very succinct, very quick, Spirit is saying, okay, so this is how you resolve it. I would say most of us kind of know solutions in our mind, but we don't really know how to implement them. Because it's kind of simple, it's like, oh, there's a war in the Ukraine. How do you solve it? Okay, so you don't have war, you have peace. But how do you implement something like that? Most of us, I think, in our hearts know what our solutions to our life situations are. But there's strongholds, there's challenges. We don't know how to overcome the challenge of the situation, if that makes sense. We don't know how to get in there with the strategies. And that's where our advice card comes in. That's Spirit's way of telling us exactly what we need to focus on to implement that solution, okay? And then we get our outcome. So that is my 5-card spread. And let's see what Spirit wants to deal with today. Spirit did a lot today about self-acceptance, coming out of the shadows, coming out of fear and shame and shining our light. Being our true authentic selves, but also making sure that we're not getting suckered in by people around us too, that may be wearing false masks. It's like we have to lower the mask and be authentic, but we still have to be aware of other people who may actually want to harm us and hurt us with their masks. But I really like the other part of, from Gorse, I think it was a Gorse message of, if you want to be on this level, you really do have to walk away from situations that are holding you back and keeping you trapped on lower levels, lower energy levels. Thank you, Spirit. What is our situation, challenge, solution, advice, and outcome? Thank you, Spirit. What is our situation, challenge? Okay, here's our situation. Let's see what our situation is today. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, we get that quite a few times. Now with this is called my Flower Fairy Tarot deck. These are Victorian era drawings. But for this deck, I do read it as Tarot, 5 of Pentacles. But as you can see, this is a Jasmine fairy, and the word is sensuality. So I do use the words as like an oracle meaning. So I actually get like 2 different readings in this deck, 1 tarot, 1 oracle. The 5 of Pentacles is a card that can show up if there's illness, sickness, poverty, rejection, anytime you're experiencing a hard time running into trouble. So right off the bat, we're seeing our situation is clearly a negative situation. In the traditional Waite-Smith deck, the 5 of Pentacles, you actually see like a mother and her son. I think he's on crutches. They're like poor and they're beggars and they're outside a church trying to get some help. So the 5 of Pentacles situation is going to show up whenever we have sickness, illness, poverty. You're not making ends meet. You don't have enough money. There's just something here holding you back. And of course, it can be spiritual, it can be physical, but it's anything that has to do with our lack of vitality, lack of strength. And it could also represent like if you're not taking care of yourself. Now, I'm going to say because of our oracle reading, where we had that life energy, we're having a lot in our oracle message today about healing, health. Even though this could be, physical hardships and finances, I do feel that Spirit is already on the same course of renewing our life force energy. Okay. So yeah, Alexandria, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's go to our challenge. Our challenge now, I don't know, let me see. Our challenge is the 8 of Cups. Okay. 8 of Cups is moving on from things that no longer serve you. So this could also represent that we're stuck in a situation of lack because we're not fully ready to move forward. And we might be trying to get back the things that we've lost because we feel that's where we're supposed to be. 8 of Cups is always about moving forward. The 8 of Cups, like especially in the Waite-Smith deck, the back is turned. Some of the cups are spilled, some of them are upright, which means some of the blessings and some of the good things are still there, but some of them have spilled over, like they're gone. And it's time to just move on. It can also represent deeper meaning, like looking for a deeper meaning. Focusing on personal truth, that has a lot to do with our message today as well. But it can also represent that you've lacked your energy. There's a lot here that is showing like almost like a depression type thing. Energy for our situation, energy for our challenges. Somebody is like at despair. Somebody is losing their life force, their life energy. They are losing their strength. They're losing their vitality. Okay. Now what I'm saying, the next card is our solution, and usually it just comes in like, okay, so get happy. So our here we go. Our answer here, right? Our solution is the 3 of Wands and stability, right? So things are unstable. Things are bad. We don't have enough money. We're sick. We're not making ends meet. We're just in a state of lack. And Spirit is saying, yeah, well, the answer is to get stable, right? You don't have stable employment. The answer is to get stable employment. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it comes in very, very um, succinctly, very, very easily. Okay. But Three of Wands has a lot more meaning to just, this stability. The Three of Wands is exploration. And the Three of Wands works with the Eight of Cups, saying it is time to embrace new things. Um, Again, this could have, because of Aphrodite coming in with our oracle, because of this trickster, I do feel that there's a strong energy coming through in our tarot message from Spirit about holding on to things and people and situations and maybe jobs, maybe even dreams that are no longer working for us. Okay, Chrissy, how long ago did you separate? Yeah, because this is what I'm seeing here. And what we want here, our answer here is stability. Again, the Three of Wands, I might take out my Gilded Tarot. I'm going to do this simultaneously with another deck. So give me a second while Eight of Cups is right here. Okay, so here is our Eight of Cups. Remember, this was our challenge. Okay, we had our situation. Let me get our five. I want to get them pulled out. I gotta find Five of Pentacles. Okay, here's Three of Wands. This is one of my favorite tarot decks. This is the Gilded Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. Five of Pentacles, where are you? But he is such an amazing artist. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to have to order a new one because I think some of my Wheel of Fortune, it's got a ripped corner. Five of Pentacles, where are you? Hey, seriously, no. There we go. Okay, so here is our situation, right? Five of Pentacles. And we're seeing in this deck, we're seeing that money, right? When you have Five of Pentacles, you're in a money suit. But in this deck, you can really get that feeling of the lack. Okay? You can really see they're outside. It's still a church window, but it's like an upgrade on the Waitsmith deck. And you can just see it's like the beggar. There's always like some little animal in here, but there's like a rat in the background. And they're just like begging for help. Now that's our situation. Now our challenge card is coming in as the Eight of Cups. And I want to show you this Eight of Cups in his deck. See how some of these cups are upright and some are spilled? We have three of them that are spilled. Cups always represent emotion. Cups can represent our blessings. But the ones that are knocked over are empty. So we had these dreams, we had these blessings, we put our emotions, we put our energy and effort into filling these cups, into filling these, what were to be our blessings. And some of them might still be there. They might still have some blessing, some liquid still in the cup, but others are spilled over and they're empty. But what he's saying is the ones that are standing, it's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it to try and salvage any of these cups. So I have to turn my back to it. And do you see how he's holding his wand in his hand? His staff? He's looking out into the future. And he's like, it's time to turn my back on the past. These things no longer serve me. And it's time to move forward. Okay, so that was our challenge. Okay, remember over here, we had our situation is the Five of Pentacles. The word here is sensuality. Now, remember I said that I do this as a tarot and oracle. Now, sensuality, we're dealing with our five senses. Pentacles represents things that are earthly, things that are grounded, are material, not our spiritual, although sometimes it can represent into the spirit, but usually this is our material needs. Our homes, our food, our clothing, our shelter, putting a roof overhead, paying the bills, our sensual things, dealing with the five senses. Okay. So our Five of Pentacles, we're seeing here that there's a lack. We're not getting our basic needs cared for. That is our situation. Now, our challenge, how are we getting into this situation? How are our basic needs not being met? We have Eight of Cups. We have sweet dreams, okay? That represents these dreams that we had filling these cups, these blessings, these hopes. But the Eight of Cups is saying our challenge is, the Spirit is kind of telling us this doesn't work. It's time to move forward. You've got to let the past go. You've got to let it go and move forward. This is a challenge. We're not moving forward when Spirit is saying it's over and it's time to move forward. Okay, so our solution here is the Three of Wands. Our solution is stability. And what I want to show in this deck, okay, is the similarity here between my Gilded Tarot. Okay, so this is the Eight of Cups. This is a challenge, right? He's supposed to be moving forward. He's got his back to the cups. His turn is back on the past. He's looking forward at the moon, has a staff in his hand, and he's walking off into the unknown. He doesn't really know what's out there, right? But he sees the future and he's walking into it. Now here is our solution. Again, this is the Three of Wands. It's going off to find stability now. Okay, that's the answer. Three of Wands. And you can really get a better understanding in this deck. Here he is with his wands. Now these wands are lit up. It was yesterday. Okay, Chrissy. So I would say it looks to me like you are not supposed to be going back. But we're going to get one more for our advice. And I don't want to be telling you exactly what to do. Like, that would be a very good, if you want to book a reading. But I would say based off of this, divine timing, you're here to see this. It looks to me like you're supposed to be moving on with your future. And same for Alexandria. So here are our wands, right? Our Three of Wands. But what I like about this card as well, not only is he also standing with his back towards us, looking at the future, just like him. He's got the staff in hand, but now look what he sees. This ship is coming in. Is this ship coming in? Is he meeting somebody? Is he getting on the ship going somewhere? Sometimes this card represents travel. It represents change. So what I do like here is the challenge is it's time to move forward. You don't know what's coming up ahead. But now Spirit is saying the answer is to keep looking forward, because yes, the answer is actually coming. Your ship is coming in. Okay? So again, like I said, it's all nice and easy. That's our answer, right? Not our answer, but that's our solution. So now we're going to get our advice. Spirit is actually going to give us some practical advice of how do we go from that Eight of Cups standing there, not knowing what happens, to the solution where we see the ship coming in, where we see the answer, we see help is arriving. How do we get from the challenge to that situation? That solution. Oh, I love it. I love it. So our advice here, how we're going to get there, check this out, is our King of Wands, affections. We had our Three of Wands here, right? Right here, we're at our Three of Wands. This is our solution. Spirit is saying that you're going to make that transition from, I feel stuck, I can't move forward. And Spirit is saying you can move forward. And when you move forward, your answer is going to come. Your ship's going to come in. But how do we move forward? This is going to come through a person. This is coming through a king. So either you are coming in as the King of Wands. I would say for some of your situations, you may be actually going to like a father figure as well. There could be something practical here. Somebody who loves you. somebody who's affectionate. Now, Chrissy, in your situation, this could be that you have a partner who is not treating you like the King of Wands. Our King of Wands would also be somebody who's like the head of a family as well. So this could be somebody who comes in, who's loving, who's affectionate. If you're not being treated properly, Spirit is saying here, yes, you move forward. And yes, your ship will come in. And there's going to be a king situation here. But again, this can be you are being the King of Wands in your own life. You are the one who's showing the love to yourself and raising your standards of what you accept. Now, our kings are always about experts. They're masters. The king is the highest in the court cards. So whenever we see a king, if it's a situation that we're dealing with, right? And we're trying to get an answer and we can't find the answers. We can't find the resources we need. We're going to the king. The king is going to give us our answer. That's why this could be a father. This could be an assistance. This could be government. But it's going to be somebody or some person or something that's coming in as an expert. Again, king can represent the king. It can represent government. Like if your situation here is, I am completely in poverty, I need a handout. Should I go on public assistance for a while? And your pride is saying no. This could actually be saying yes. It's temporary, but you need to go to the king for help. It could be something different. My dad has offered me a $10,000 loan. I don't know if I should take it. The bank is offering me some sort of loan. Is this a wise thing? This could absolutely say yes. And if this is love and marriage, this could be, you're in this situation of, this is not working for me anymore. Spirit will be saying, yes, the 8 of Cups here, it's time to move on. There's better things ahead for you. There's exploration. You need to explore your future. And then this could be the King of Wands. How am I exploring this future? This King of Wands is coming in. There's one more that I saw here. This could be health. Okay, this could be I'm sick. I need help. I have been putting off going to the doctor, and Spirit could be saying, no, you need to get to the doctor because you need that king, that expert, to come in and give you this decision. Okay, so now our outcome here, if we follow Spirit's advice, which has a very strong element of moving on and being open to our new experiences, and as well as not leaving some person who's going to come in and bring this experience and expert advice. We do need to rely on that. And then our outcome is the Empress, the Queen of the Meadow, and our outcome is now happiness. So the Empress is, the Empress, okay, there's a lot going on here with the Empress being our outcome. What I do like, though, is today's reading and the Oracle reading was all about female energy. So even though we have the King of Wands coming in, our outcome is the Empress. The Empress is Major Arcana, Queen of the Meadow. Meadow, sweet, and happiness. This is our beautiful outcome. We're starting off, again, remember, in a very bad place of poverty and lack, maybe sickness and health. The Empress also represents healing. The Empress represents connection to nature. A lot of love and healing and health is represented with the Empress. What was the other thing I was going to say? There's also luxury and affluence. So this would also be coming out of poverty into abundance, coming out of health into healing. I would say for the relationship, leaving a partner, the King of Wands could actually be, if this was a relationship, it could actually be that you are now finding a king to your Empress that makes you happy. So this is a very, very positive reading all the way around, from situation to challenge, solution, advice, and outcome. Again, the important thing here to know is our solution is that it is time to move on. Whatever it is that you're holding on to in this situation, the Spirit is saying, do not hold on to it anymore. It is time to move forward. Don't be afraid of the unknown. And that's what in this deck shows it really well. This is what's been holding you back. This feeling right here that he's afraid to move into the unknown. He doesn't know what's out there. But then he does see, the ship is coming in. Whether it's coming in for him to get on, whether it's coming in because somebody he's waiting for is going to get off, all we need to know is that help is on the way. That's coming through with his ship. And I didn't get the King of Wands or the Empress from the other deck. I think I will, because I love my Empress card in this deck as well. Let me get those two. You've just become new parents. And you left him already, Chrissy? Sometimes you might have to leave for your sake and the sake of your baby or children, but doesn't mean it's permanent. Sometimes you have to leave a situation so the situation can be healed. I'm going to get my King of Wands in here. Got the Empress. So I would say, Chrissy, that I do see a lot of does this resonate with you, this tarot reading, Chrissy? Oh my goodness. Where is the King of Wands? There you are. Excuse me. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Did you see, Chrissy, did you see what Alexandria wrote? Okay, here's our King of Wands. I love this, affection. That is the word that came through with the Flower Fairies deck. But here's a beautiful picture of our King of Wands sitting on his throne with his wand. And even though the Eight of Cups is not wands, it still has that image, with the staff. And then here he is holding the staff. And then here, the wand. And then here he is holding his wand. So there is a lot of imagery coming through. And then our outcome card, the Empress. This is my Empress in this deck, which I absolutely love. And I love how, when you see this one, right? She doesn't have feet. It's like her skirt just turns right into nature, which can also represent connecting with that earth energy as well. Being very rooted, being very grounded, being very stable. Remember that was that came through in our solution. Stability, right? That Three of Wands. In the word stability. But stability is that, if you're looking at the Empress here, right, for that outcome, you're going to see that stability because she's rooted and she's grounded. She's rooted and grounded to earth, and as humans, as spiritual beings, we have to work with oh on the card, let me see. Oh, it was happiness. That was our outcome. The Empress. And of course, Chrissy, the Empress is all mother energy. Do you only have one child? Did you just have how old is your baby? So the oracle word here was happiness. So I can go through again with oops. So our situation, oh wait, wrong deck. Sensuality. I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. Okay. So our situation was sensuality, 5 of Pentacles. Again, this is representing our senses, okay? And there's a lack here. Our challenge, sweet dreams. We had this beautiful dream of how things are supposed to be. We don't want to let it go. But the challenge is, you have to let it go. That's that 8 of Cups. Our solution, and I love how Spirit does it. The solution is always like black and white, and I think for Spirit, a lot of things just are so much more simpler. It's like, it's very easy. Just don't do that. But the solution was stability. But then the advice on bringing in that stability was affections. And then our outcome was happiness. So, and again, like if this was a job, um, finding stable work, and that would actually be finding stable work, if we're looking at the oracle, finding something that we love to do, something that's making us happy, something that we're setting our affection on. And then the outcome is happiness. So I would like to know, Alexandra, if you possibly had a job that you weren't really happy at, because this could be coming a blessing in disguise. It might be hard now. And that came through with the oracle messages as well. It might be challenging and difficult now, but it might be okay. So are you still with him currently? Thank you, Sam. Is that a little coyote? Oh, it's a little kitty cat. I thought that was a coyote. So, Chrissy, were you here during Coyote Spirit? I'm wondering if that resonated with you. Did any of these protection messages resonate with you? Oh, well, if Spirit used me in any way to help you, then I am very grateful, very thankful. Oh, awesome, Chrissy. Well, I do want to thank everybody for being here with me this morning. It's been 2 hours and 18 minutes. We covered a lot. I need to write down. It seems like such a deep revelation for me. It probably isn't that deep, but it is for me. What was it? How you perceive yourself is how you project yourself. Yeah, I need to write that down. I like that. And then how other people will perceive you, and that mirror reflection. Oh, do you use Facebook? I also have. Let me see. But I'm on Facebook at readthetarot.com and also Fractal Flowers, because I'm on 3 different YouTube channels. But Read the Tarot is the one that I do the most on Facebook. Let's see. I somehow froze up my chat thing. Oh, it became unresponsive. Uh-oh. I made my StreamYard unresponsive. Can you guys still hear me? Uh-oh. That's what I get for pushing buttons. Okay, I'm back. I froze. No, Alexandra, I didn't. Let me see. Yeah, that's my Facebook. I'm going to be hosting events over there too. Not sure when, but hopefully soon. Tonight's your first night apart. So he left Chrissy? So that's what you meant when you're in pain, suffering from your twin? That was your husband? How long have you two been together? I mean, how old is your baby? This could just be, this could be this could be pressure or, stress of just having a new baby. Could just be, you know, growing pains, things that you two will work out. And that coyote. And there's a lot going on for sure. I like that sunshine fairy. It's very important, Chrissy. Okay, so I am going to end this stream. I think I'm going to come back though with some free messages and tarot readings if anybody wants one during the stream. They are for pay, but I do give out a free card. So I'll do that. I'm going to just take like a 10-minute break and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm going to clear these up and I will be back. So hopefully I will see y'all shortly. Thank you everybody for being here and hopefully I will see you again. God bless you.